we want to school mom real fast. Is that cool?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready to learn.
Now we had Slim Kid Trey of the Far Side on. He did this bit with us called Bridging the Gap with Mama.
Okay.
And essentially we talked about a few of his classic songs, and he gave us the samples so that Mom could connect perhaps music she had heard to the music that came later, you know, the bridging the gap between the jazz or the rock or funk samples that she might have heard towards your work. So I wanted to ask about a couple of Digable Planet songs, a couple of classics, and see if we could discuss those samples. Is that chill?
Let's do it.
All right. Gotta go with Rebirth of Slick. Cool like that. Let's jump right into that bass line. That bass line. Doom, 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 doom. Where does that come from? Do you know?
Yeah, so my man Bun had this record. My man Bun in Philly, he was in this group that the original, that Doodlebug was in. This is Digable Planet stuff for all those people who don't know. Old school group, rap group back in the days. Had a song called Rebirth of Slick. And so my man Bun had that record. I said, man, I got to get my hands on it. But it's an Art Blakey record, if I'm not mistaken. And
that is correct.
And it's not.
It's Stretching.
Is it?
Stretching, yeah, from 1978.
Stretching by Art Blakey, yeah, no doubt. And that was just how the record started. That was the first sound you heard right there.
That bass.
Yeah, the sample song basically kind of progresses like the song we did ourselves. You know what I mean? It builds up. But that first horn line, I just stopped it after the first bar and looped it. You know what I'm saying? But it goes on and on into some super duper complex and crazy stuff. Art Blakey and Jazz Messengers, man.
That's right. And so there's two samples in there. There's the bass line and the horns, right?
Yes.
The bum ba da bum ba da bum ba da.
Exactly.
And then there are several samples. I don't have this down, but I want to say there's like 4 different records sampled to make that. There's also the drum track in it is the classic. Do you remember?
Nah, but it was probably chopped up like on like an MPC file. Yeah, what was it?
Well, the main part is Impeach the President, the Honey Dripper. Which is essentially that and Funky Drummer are by the James Brown Band are the basis for hip hop music.
Yeah, because back in them days they used to have this thing called Ultimate Breaks, and Ultimate Breaks was a compilation of hip hop samples, and it would come in volumes, volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, and Impeach the President was on one of the volumes. But every producer that made sampled hip hop music, you had to have that at your crib. That's where you was getting a lot of your drum sounds and stuff from. So I'm sure that's real.
Well, the thing about it is what you needed essentially to do the sampling on the early devices was you needed something that was a break. You needed a break that didn't have anything else there. So if you had a drum break, then you could loop that out. And that's what's great about Impeach the President or obviously the Funky Drummer. So,
yes.
But let's talk. I want to talk about a sample on another song that you used. I feel like Nardwuar now. If anyone, have you ever seen have you ever met Nardwuar? Has Nardwuar interviewed you?
Nah, I actually, I'm a little upset that I've never been interviewed by Nardwuar. Out of all the things in this world, I'm like, why haven't I earned that yet? You know what I'm saying? I gotta work harder. I gotta work harder.
That's good that it drives you like MJ. But I'll tell you, you deserve that. Nardwuar is this sort of almost savant Canadian rock journalist who can find the deepest information about your music that you don't know. So as I was saying, you know, he has this high-pitched voice, so he'll be like, now let's talk about this part of the song.
Yo, Ross, you know what you should do?
I'm going to send this to him.
Nah, you should get the first Nardwuar interview, bro.
Interview me?
No.
Nah, you should interview Nardwuar. Has anybody ever just rolled up on him with some old school pictures?
On Nardwuar.
Come on, man. Roll up on Nardwuar, man. Where's he live at? Does he really even look like that?
I think he's in BC, and I'm not sure he does actually look like that.
Come on.
I'm gonna roll up.
But think about the reach that he has, his resources, and how he's able to pull stuff together. He's probably like, come on, man.
His team's got to be crazy.
Come on.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Let me hit up this sample of Black Ego.
Oh, nice. Let's see.
Second track of Blowout Comb, we were saying how Impeach the President is clearly a break, but the guitar lick on that record,
Oh, that's Grant Green.
bingo.
Yes. I don't
Luana's
remember the
theme.
song, but I know it was the soundtrack. I only bought the record because of the cover. It was like this painting of this brother with the afro on the front. I forget the name of the movie, but had the movie thing in Grant Green, you know what I'm saying? And then he just came out with the come on. Come on, man.
Luana's theme.
Yeah.
Luana's theme.